TTK. Time to kill. Have you ever seen a spreadsheet with time to kill for weapons in a game? Destiny had some really nice ones. People put a lot of effort into them. They'd show you the headshots, the body shots, the ranges, and all that jazz. So you had a good idea of the time to kill of all the weapons. And what you would normally see, and this isn't just about Destiny anymore, and this is just for all games, is that high rate of fire weapons and single fire weapons, which are usually one-hit kills, are gonna top the chart. But this is deceptive because most guns that have a high rate of fire are difficult to control, and one-shot kill weapons are difficult to land. At least this is the case for a game that's properly balanced. There's always two things you want to do. It's like you want to look at the time to kill, and then you want to look at the ease of use. A lot of people just can't snipe, and others cannot control recoil. And your platform will make a difference. That's why proper balancing needs to take into account keyboard and mouse players versus controller players that have aim assist. So aside from the weapons, the other thing that affects TTK is typically the health of your character. Halo is on one spectrum, which has a higher TTK, and Destiny, things like that. And then you're looking at things like COD and Counter-Strike, which are pretty much twitch shooters. Titanfall is somewhere in between. But before we start talking about Titanfall, let's talk about the way that games will inflate time to kill. If you're thinking about Fortnite, which a lot of you are probably familiar with, it's the building. It takes a lot of shots and increases the time to kill. You actually just can't kill a guy in long distance. You can one-shot kill somebody with a sniper, but if they're already inside of their building, what are you gonna do? That's the interesting thing about Fortnite. It's not really so much about your character's health, it's about your materials. Halo, Destiny, they have a higher time to kill, which means that you can typically peek and not just die. Whereas in COD, you stick your head out, or in Siege, you stick an elbow out and you're dead. When I first heard of the concept of Call of Duty as a battle royale, I'm like, do you want to really take all that time to be tactical and then all of a sudden you run out and you're just dead because the time to kill is so low? Well, they fixed that by putting in armor tiers, and they also made it so you can regen your health on the fly. I was actually surprised the first time I played Blackout and got shot and started to med myself. I thought I had to hold still. It turns out I can just run. I think it's a little bit more forgiving than PUBG. I don't play a ton of PUBG, but I think that this is a little bit more suited for the Call of Duty crowd. I'm trying to go for a one-shot. But Northstar went for his own. Nice shot. And we've been talking about a few other games, but if we go back to Titanfall, I'm using weapons right now that have one-shot kill. I'm using melees, which are one-shot kill. I'm using the Massive, which has the possibility to be a one-shot kill. I use a lot of grenades. You've seen me laser people at the beginning of the video. A lot of these are one-shot kills. Are they very easy to perform? No, not always. Are you gonna lose to something that has a higher overall time to kill? Like, let's say a car, which actually has a really low time to kill, but compared to an instant, actually, no, these aren't instant bullets, so I guess technically the time to kill is dependent on how far guys are from you. At least in regards to the Mastiff, the laser is an insta-hit, so is the DMR, which has the one-shot potential, but ease of use is just not there. But that's not the main factor that changes the TTK for Titanfall. What does change everything is speed. If you can't land your shots, you can't kill anything. And one of the things that has already been tried in this game was an increase in the TTK. We all have to remember that playlist. It was garbage. People were raving about it. I love how people will rave about things like this and be like, finally it happened, and then they play it, they're like, oh yeah, they're still jumping on board. And it's like, no, it was actually absolute junk, and everyone pretty much agreed. And if you don't think people agreed, just look at the numbers in the playlist. No one was playing it. And the main thing was that it was so hard to kill people at range. By the way, I gave this guy no choice. He had to duel me. I'm like, we're gonna get out of these Titans and we're gonna do this. Alright. So back to the TTK and the moving part. If you are moving in this game, it's hard to land shots on you. So do you need the fast time to kill for this game to work? In my opinion, you do. Because if you're fast in this game at long distance, how do you expect to kill people? I'll be honest, you can't. Unless people are very flat-footed, you're not going to be getting kills like that. And when I did play the increased TTK playlist, I found that all the time at long and medium range, people were just skimming by you. You land a few shots and all of a sudden they'd be back in cover if they were maneuvering themselves correctly. double kills, the pace of the game, the action went down. It was actually really disappointing. I'm like, oh, this should be a double kill, a triple kill, and I'm like, no, I can't do it. And, you know, they turn around and then they finish you off, and you'd be like, oh, like, it was just so hard to get a roll going. And it was so hard for your skill to really shine. People were like, there's more skill involved with continuously tracking a guy. It's like there is. I hear what you're saying. I really do. But this game doesn't suit it. Because as you're doing all that, another guy is going to sneak up on you. Like, how long do you think you're going to be able to have a one-on-one fight in this game? Push for more defensive play. People had to come up to you, and you need to get the shots on the approach and then finish them off in close distance. That would be the ideal way to play it. And again, since the time to kill was so high, it gave people the opportunity to just constantly peek and shoot. If they had any kind of return fire on them, they'd just go into hiding and then rinse and repeat. It would be very hard to break into a base when you couldn't kill guys fast enough. I believe in the end, the increased TTK would lead to a campier style. I keep forgetting to do the double grapple too. Too many tricks in my bag. I reach in and I don't always get what I'm looking for, but something cool just always happens in this game. I'll go on and be like, okay, I need to make a montage. 3 games later, I'm like, okay, I'm done. It's just the way it is. That's Titanfall. But let's go back to the TTK discussion. And if you want to add to it, that's what the comment section for is, guys. And I'm not complaining about kill streaks. Some people may be thinking to themselves, oh, Paper just wants to run through all the people. It's like, yeah, I do like running through people. But the problem with increased TTK is that it makes groups of guys way more efficient. And in a game like Titanfall, it's actually pretty hard to stay with a teammate if you're both mobilizing really quickly. It's hard to stay on somebody's tail. So again, that really goes back to it making it more defensive. You're probably going to want the buddy system because with an increased TTK, 2 versus 1 should go to the side of 2. With a lower TTK, it gives you the opportunity to take out 2 guys. And that's what you see in COD, right? A lower TTK game where you can get more kill streaks. If you end up flanking somebody, you're typically going to be rewarded with multiple kills. In a game like Halo, a flank on 2 guys can still go really poorly for you just because of how long it takes to actually kill one guy. The only way to do it properly is to prime them with a grenade and then, you know, one-shot them each to the head. But that's only an option you have so much of the time. And that's why games try to balance their one-shot potentials with their just continuous fire. And this game, for the most part, has done a pretty good job, but there is, of course, some that are a little bit too good. Is the TTK on the Spitfire too good? I don't believe so. Is the aim assist too high? Oh, for sure. There are some shots where I'm questioning, am I aimbotting? Because this is ridiculous. I'll zoom in. I'll just like hold the trigger because I'm just spraying and praying and they die. And I'm looking at the replay in slow motion. I'm like, no, I wasn't even close. How is the magnetism on these bullets working? Well, in my opinion, it's not working or working too good. However way you want to put it. I think that, yeah, that's not quite working. And that's not because it's time to kill, it comes to its ease of use. Listen in the background, you can hear EPGs going off, and it's probably one of the funnest matches I've had in a while. I don't know what happened there. But this game was just full of fun moments because everyone was using the quote-unquote fun guns, which means usually the higher TTK weapons or the one-shot kill weapons, but they're more skill based. It's funny how people feel about these things. It's like you got killed one shot, like you're just boom, you're dead, and you don't even complain about it because it's with like a Cold War and EPG. You're just like, I just got rained on. But when you get killed with a car really quick and you're like, oh, it's a car. He's got an EPG, man. If you have an EPG, there's no way I'm gonna shoot you with a car or a full auto. Like, no. I don't know why anybody does. If you want to have a good time in Titanfall, this is how you should play it. How do you promote this in the next game? How do you balance your guns so, you know, it brings out the funnest elements of Titanfall? But how do you do that? If everybody wants to go on big kill streaks but no one wants to die, how do you balance that? 'Cause that's really all it is. It's kills to deaths. How do you make people go on big streaks but allow that to go all around? Is it first to drop? Is it the opening? To me, I think that's what makes the biggest difference in a game. Getting first to drop. That's a hidden kill streak in Titanfall that people forget about all the time. It's, if I go out into the field, kill just a couple of pilots, and destroy all the minions, I am gonna be first to drop. And then sometimes I'm surprised by how easy it is, because it's not even just about getting the kills rapidly, it's about just making a streak, as in not dying. Titanfall is so fast paced, it's such an arcade shooter that when you run out there, like, attrition doesn't even keep track of your deaths. That's how much deaths don't matter sometimes. You're just looking to go as fast as possible, be as annoying as possible. But even if you're slow about getting a continuous streak, you get your Titan faster than everybody else, because they're losing their multipliers. Even if he has 6 kills to your 6 kills, there's a chance he doesn't even have his Titan because he's died multiple times, or just ends up trading all the time because he's just rushing in there for the kill. Oh, where's the aim assist on the kicks there, eh? Everyone's always raving about it. Where was it there? We need more aim assist for melees. Put me down for some of that for Titanfall 3. Oh yeah. I don't think some of you guys can tell when I'm being serious. Anyways, this was a really fun match. So to this guy, I also say GG, man. Alright, y'all have a good one. Thanks for joining me. Paper, cut to you. And I'll see you guys next time. You know what it is about time to kill? Is that it's relative. You see this guy? I'm gonna kill him. It's just a matter of time. Any time now. Okay, here we go. He's gonna die. Death is knocking at his door. He is ringing the doorbell. He is knocking again. Maybe he's gonna call your cell phone. Call your mom. Where are you? Look at the chat right now. Crunchy Som. He's telling me he's outside going to the top. I'm like, okay, are you sure? He's like, yep. I'm like, okay, I'm trusting you. It's like, up there? Somewhere up there? I'm like, is he up there? Yeah, he's up here. And that's time to kill.